Hi everyone, my name's Nick. You've probably guessed already why I look so strange. The worst night of the year is coming soon. We're gonna celebrate the holiday everyone in the world adores, Halloween. And if you're not wearing a creepy costume that day, you're a complete loser. I just hate this holiday since I was a kid. And every year, on October 31st, my mood only gets worse. Do you want to know why I'm not so amused by the stupid pumpkin heads and artificial blood? Then watch this video to the end. When I was a little boy, it was the opposite. Like everybody else, I adored Halloween and was always looking forward to it. Me and my mom always thought out in advance what kind of costume I would have, and we prepared it together. On Halloween night, me and the guys would go to our neighbors' houses, knock on every door, and say trick or treat as scary as possible. We didn't eat as many sweets as we did that night, even at Christmas. Our town is not large, but on Halloween night, they installed an amusement park with rides, carousels, swings, and slides right on the central square. They sold sweets made from apples and pumpkins. The most favorite ride for all the kids was the House of Horrors. Every year, the amusement park managers prepared new surprises on the holiday, horror stories and special effects inside the House of Horrors, which definitely made your blood go cold. I remember when I was a little kid, I tearfully tried to persuade my mom to go to the House of Horrors with me, but she just shook her head and led me away to get another batch of caramel apples. When I grew up, I realized there was an age limit just for visiting this ride. Kids under 12 had nothing to do there. That Halloween, when I was 12, I always remember as if it happened yesterday. That year, I really got messed up with my costume. It was an image of Jack from the cartoon The Nightmare Before Christmas. Me and my friends went for a walk in the square, and for the first time, we were without my parents. We felt so grown up. The first place I dragged my guys was to the House of Horrors. We decided that we would all go together so that it would not be so scary. None of us had been inside the house before, so we didn't know what to get ready for, and we could only guess. We heard the screams of those who were there while we were waiting in line for the ride, and we saw their shocked faces at the exit. When we were inside, it was really creepy. Darkness, soft and frightening music, some rustling, creaking doors, and creepy children's laughter. We moved forward slowly, flinching at every sound. Ghosts leaped around the corner at us, then a net fell from above, a wardrobe suddenly opened, and somebody's body fell out of it. Splashes of artificial blood flew in our faces, and when we were only a short distance from the end, we noticed a coffin on the floor ahead of us. We all assumed that someone would jump out at us, which meant we need to get ready. And when we got closer, the coffin did open, but it was empty inside. I was about to laugh when I felt someone grab my ankles from below. I couldn't resist falling right into the coffin, and it immediately slammed shut. To say I was afraid means nothing. I started shouting and banging on the lid, hoping that my friends would help me. But apparently, this device had an automatic mechanism, because there was neither a handle nor a lock inside. I didn't hear much of what my friends were saying, but I think they were also shouting and even calling for help. But who would respond to the call for help from the House of Horrors? I suddenly thought that the oxygen would run out, and then I would die. A bad way to die, I might say. Well, the few minutes I spent inside seemed to me like an eternity. Fortunately, my friends guessed to run outside for help and brought the manager of the ride. He immediately unlocked the coffin lid on a special remote and released me. There happened to be some kind of technical failure. The coffin was not supposed to close. It was just to distract us, and I got unlucky. Of course, the manager apologized to us and offered to visit any other ride for free. But I ran home, away from this House of Horrors. From that day on, I hate Halloween. Any attribute of this holiday caused me not only to have fear, but panic. I remembered being in a coffin, and I felt like I was suffocating. Since then, I have also started to suffer from claustrophobia. The doctors said it was because I was under a lot of stress, and as I get older, this fear will pass. But it doesn't. I even had nightmares about being locked in a coffin again. I graduated from high school and went to university. Already in September, the guys from my group started discussing the Halloween party, choosing a place, theme, and so on. I knew I would not be able to refuse to participate. This is the first party in my new team. If I miss all the fun right now, then I run the risk of being an outcast for the rest of my studies. This fear was even stronger than the fear of Halloween. My roommate in the dorm, seeing my sad mood, asked why I didn't want to go to the party. I didn't tell many people about the incident from my childhood, but then I wanted to share it. I told him about the house of horrors, the coffin that had slammed shut, and my claustrophobia. I ended up still disliking Halloween and everything related to it. Luke was really sorry for me, and he promised that the student party will forever change my opinion about the holiday and we would have fun together. It wasn't that I was thinking about some fun, but at least I was trying to get through the evening. I didn't even bother with the costume. I just bought a cowboy hat and a vest. But it all started out really fun. We rented a private house with a swimming pool, ordered a bunch of drinks and DJ. We played different funny games, talked, and danced. I almost forgot what we were here for. Even though everyone's costumes reminded me of Halloween, I tried to ignore them. The main thing was that there were no coffins anywhere nearby. And who knew it wasn't just coffins I should be afraid of? When the party was in full swing, one of the guys told me that Catherine, a girl from our group, was waiting for me on the second floor. She asked me to tell her through someone that she needed to talk to me. I was very surprised because I liked Catherine from the first moment I saw her, but I didn't notice any signs of attention from her side before. To the laughter of my friends, I went to the second floor. I was walking along, wondering what Catherine might want from me, and I didn't notice that several guys jumped out to meet me, picked me up, and shoved me into the wardrobe. The lock clicked. It took me a moment to realize what had happened, and when it hit me, I panicked horribly. Halloween again. Again the wooden box where I'm locked. A nightmare coming to life. I started shouting and knocking on the door, but all I could hear was everyone's laughter and the music's echoes. I was in a state of panic. It was hard for me to control myself. I hit the door so hard that the toilet cabin started swaying. The cabin could not resist and flew down, with me inside. It was probably located somewhere on the landing between the second and first floor, because it did not only fall, but also rolled down the stairs. When the fall was over, I thought I was deaf and blind. Because of the panic of the suffocating inside the cabin, I didn't even immediately realize that something was wrong with my leg. And then the ambulance, the hospital, and the diagnosis. A broken leg and numerous bruises all over the body. I went to a party just to have fun. Kinda deja vu, huh? The guys had been apologizing later for a long time. It turned out this story happened because of Luke, my roommate. I told him a story from my childhood, and he decided there's no better way to get rid of a phobia than to relive a similar situation. So he told other guys to play a prank on me. Idiot. But it definitely didn't work out. I know this from my own experience. Ever since that Halloween, I promised myself I would never go to a party like this again. The best I can do is celebrate this holiday with my family. How do you feel about Halloween? Do you prefer to celebrate it at home or somewhere in the company of your friends? Or maybe you ignore this terrible holiday as I do. Write your answers in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to this channel. There are still a lot of interesting stories for you ahead. Turn on notifications to always stay tuned. Bye everyone, see you later, and have a happy Halloween.